So let's begin our service. If you'd like to follow along, you can scan the QR code up there on the screen, or you can go to riverofgrassuu.org/2023-OOS to find the order of service there. Beautiful, Cecilia. Thank you. Welcome to the beloved community at River of Grass Unitarian Universalist Congregation, both here in person and live streamed on Zoom and Facebook Live. We celebrate all the ways we find to gather our beloved community in body and in spirit as we go and grow and flow the River Way. I'm Gary Gonzalez. My pronouns are he and him. You here in this room, we welcome you. You on Zoom and Facebook Live, we welcome you. However way you made it here among us, this morning we welcome you. Let us pause together to enter into this time as we connect again with one another, with the holy by any name, and the light of love within us all. while we remain mindful that not everyone can breathe easy, nor find it easy to breathe, let us pause here in the headlong rush of our lives to breathe into our time together. Thank you. In this congregation, it is our mission to nurture our spirits, love intentionally, and create a just and healthy planet in our enduring search for truth, meaning, and faith. What we share here is not an unchanging dogma, but an affirmation that we are called to be agents of love and justice and to build a world where everyone is cherished for who they are.
I'm the Reverend Amy Carol Webb, and my pronouns are she and they. This morning, we begin our February theme of belonging and conclude our 2024 Bending the Arc series. We begin with these words from the poet William Stafford in his piece entitled, "The Way It Is." There's a thread you follow. It goes among things that change, but it doesn't change. People wonder what you are pursuing. You have to explain about the thread, but it is hard for others to see. When you hold it, you can't get lost. Tragedies happen, people get hurt or die, and you suffer and you get old. Nothing you can do can stop the unfolding of time. But you don't ever let go of this thread. This morning, our theme hymn will be a piece that some of you have heard, some of you have not. We will open our hearts with delight as our River of Grass choir brings us a piece by Shoshana Jadwab called "Where You Go, I Will Go." We will be learning this across the course of the month of February, so by the time we get to the end of February, you will be singing along with gusto because you will know it. And it's very much attuned to our heart space, so you may already feel it and wish to join in. Please do so. This begins our February-long month of our journey of belonging.
flaming chalice is a symbol of our Unitarian Universalist tradition, a beacon of religious liberty shining through generations, now ours to hold high. As we light our chalice together this morning, let us join our voices with these words. We light the sacred flame today, that by its light we may see the paths before us and live the way of love unfolding through us. And in the light of love, let us renew our covenant as we say together, love is the spirit of this congregation, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. El amor es el espíritu de esta congregación y el servicio su ley principal. Esta es nuestra gran promesa, vivir juntos en paz, buscar la verdad a través del amor y ayudarnos mutuamente.
And let us seal this covenant by singing together our beloved hymn, We Would Be One. Please rise as you are so moved, in body or in spirit. With love and justice, strive to make us free. Amen. And you may find your seat.
It's good to know you have a favorite, David. In our community each week, we share pieces of our lives. We take a moment to share our joys, our sorrows, and gratitudes. Right here, with people who love us for exactly who we are, where we are, right now. Here in the room, we will share from the book. Those of you who are new, you can arrive early before service starts and write your gratitude, joy, or concern here, and we'll lift it up together.
In the holy quiet of this hour, we realize that we come into this room with things in and on our hearts that we may not have written and may not have expressed, but still wish to bring into this beloved community, into the support of this widening and deepening circle of care. And so we have made space in our service for you to come forward and take a stone of reflection for whatever burden you might be bringing here or whatever joy whatever celebration, whatever concern that you have brought into this room with you. As the music plays, please come forward as you are so moved and place a stone of reflection in the cleansing and rejuvenation of water. Source of all, heart of the universe, called by so many names, none of which we can fully know nor understand. We come asking that our hearts be opened, asking that our hearts be seen, asking that we may be better seers of hearts, that we may be ready in this power of community to gather in all that we are, all that we experience, all that we bring. We lift up the joys and the concerns, the sorrows and the celebrations. We know that bringing our lives into community, our burdens are made lighter and our joys are made brighter. We are aware of the trouble in the world, and we realize that in this moment of respite from it, we are yet not apart. We are not separate, and that our responsibilities extend into the wider world as we transform ourselves, that the world might be transformed. In this moment, we lift all that we have brought. We lift all in the name of all that is holy. Amen, Amen, Amin, Aho, Ashe, Namaste, blessed be, and so it is. And now let us seal this prayer with our sung response from all that dwell below the skies. From all that dwell below the skies, let songs of hope and faith arise. Let peace, goodwill on earth be sung. Every land by every tongue. Each week in our services, we like to note our heritage and look forward to our hope in our Unitarian Universalist tradition. The Unitarians that came before us, the Universalists that came before us, and the Unitarian Universalists that are carrying on our message. First, our heritage. This is John Winthrop. In the year 1630, our Puritan ancestor John Winthrop founded Boston's first church, Unitarian Universalist, originally called Congregationalist, before our Congregationalist cousins established their own branch of liberal religion in these United States. John Winthrop would soon become the first governor of Massachusetts, as he declared what we have come to know as an extraordinary declaration of interdependence. When he said, "We must be willing to abridge ourselves of our superfluities for the supply of others' necessities," he said, "so shall we keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace." Here in the 21st century, we look to our UU Church of the Philippines. This is the headquarters of the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Philippines, which is located in Dumaguete on the province of Negros Oriental in the heart of the Visayan Islands. There are over 2,500 UUs in the Philippines. There are over 2,500 UUs in the Philippines in 25 congregations. Most are located on Negros Island in a small farming or fishing community. One congregation is located in Metro Manila. Unitarian Universalism began in the Philippines in 1955 with the Reverend Toribio Sienes Quimada, who proclaimed a universalist message that God is love, everybody's going to heaven, everybody's a child of God, God blesses everybody, no exceptions. The Reverend Rebecca, that's the woman seated there in the pink dress, the Reverend Rebecca is the daughter of Reverend Toribio and continues her father's legacy to this day. This is our hope.
We sustain and strengthen this beloved community and its work in our world through the gifts of our time, our skills, our love, our presence, and our money. Each Sunday, half of our undesignated offerings go to LifeNet for Families, which provides meals, clothing, counseling, and support for those in need here in Broward County. The other half supports our mission and ministry at River of Grass. Ushers, please come forward to receive the offering. You can scan the QR code or text the number on the screen to donate. You can also find several ways to give on the donate page on our website at riverofgrassuu.org. Thank you so much for these generous gifts.
They say it's your birthday. It's my birthday too, yeah. They say it's your birthday. We're gonna have a good time. I'm glad it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yes, we're going to a party, party. Yes, we're going to a party, party. Yes, we're going to a party, party. I would like you to dance.
We have some frozen children over here. Today's story is by one of our favorites, the author Peter H. Reynolds, who also did the illustrations, and it's titled The North Star. Britt and I are going to do a little dance here because there's a lot of pictures. A sweet breeze met the boy as he awoke to his journey. He traveled on all fours for quite some time, and he grew, and he paused. One day he had the urge to stand, to walk. It made his journey easier. He could run, too, but for the most part, he walked. He wasn't afraid of much. He wandered the fields, exploring, sometimes stopping, sometimes going happily in circles, sometimes dancing, sometimes napping. One day the boy saw an oak leaf drift and land on the water. He wondered how the leaf managed to float, the way the stars seemed to float in the night sky. A spray of sand interrupted his thoughts. "Where are you going in such a hurry?" asked the boy. But the rabbit shot out of sight, disappearing onto a path the boy had never noticed before. The boy left the floating leaf and wandered toward the path. There he saw a cat. The cat purred gently. "Where did the rabbit go in such a hurry?" the boy asked the cat. He was in a rush to start his journey. It's time for you to start your journey too. "Oh, but I have been on a journey," the boy cried. "I've seen many wonderful things. Some I understand and some I don't, like how the leaf floats on the water." "Well, that's fascinating, but I'd hate for you to be late. You don't want to be left behind." "Behind? Who's ahead of me?" "You wouldn't believe how many. You know, you're not the only one on this journey. Plenty ahead of you. Lots to follow." The boy began walking down the path. It stretched out far ahead of him. Signs kept pointing him along the way. Some parts of the journey were easy, and some were very difficult. Although he was following the well-worn path, he had a growing feeling that he was lost. The forest seemed to be growing thicker. The soil was wet and muddy, making every step a struggle. Clouds had rolled in overhead, and the darkness closed in around him. After many difficult miles, he could not take another step. He noticed an oak leaf drift from the sky. It sailed with ease. It swirled on a breeze and was carried deep into the forest. The leaf disappeared behind a grove of trees. He stepped off the path to follow it. The boy found the leaf floating on a pond in a peaceful clearing, like a delicate boat on a dreamy voyage. His thoughts were interrupted by a voice. "Oh, there you are. I was worried," said the cat. "Don't wander off like that. Now hurry. You're falling behind." So the boy ran and ran and ran, and as he ran, he noticed the forest getting darker and thicker. The muddy ground became covered with water. He could no longer see the path. He sloshed through the swamp until he came to a clearing in the forest. There he saw a bird. "You look lost," the bird said. I don't think so. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm lost, the boy replied. I really hadn't thought about it. Hadn't thought about it, said the bird. You must have some idea of where you're going, yes? Well, I've been following the path. It seems as if many people have taken it before me, and there have been many signs along the way, and a very helpful cat guided me back to the path when I started to wander. The crickets fell silent as the bird asked, But where do you want to be going? I'm not sure, said the boy as he looked around at the dark, tangled swamp, but I do know that this isn't where I want to be. I guess I am lost. The bird said, Ask yourself where it is you want to go, and then follow the signs you already know. What signs? Where are they? But the bird flew off into the cloudy night sky. The boy looked up into the sky, something he had not done in a very, very long time. He tried desperately to see where the bird had gone, and as he did, the clouds seemed to melt, and there, above him, was a star, very bright star. The boy stared at the star and felt a pang in his heart, a tingling in his spine, a whisper in his ear. He could hear the star. The voice sounded so familiar. The boy began to walk toward the star, and as he did, he noticed many other stars stretched out above him like a great big map. They had been there all along, waiting for him. He stopped and rested a moment, savoring his guiding stars. What are you staring at? Croaked a voice behind him. What is up there? What's so interesting? The boy waited closer and answered, Stars. I'm looking at the stars. What stars? Asked the frog. I see a dark sky and mist and low green clouds. You don't see them? The boy asked. They're helping guide me out of the swamp. Would you like to come with me? No, thank you, the frog smiled. I'm quite at home here in the bog. I swam here as a tadpole, and I grew up here, and here I will stay. The boy realized at that moment that everyone has a different journey, different signs, and different stars, their own constellations. The boy left the frog, who croaked a farewell. Good luck on your journey. As he ventured beyond the swampy forest, the boy heard a cry. It was the rabbit who had been in such a hurry earlier. Looking tired and hungry, he was stranded on a limb in the middle of the rushing river. The boy waded out, but realized that the river was too deep. The rabbit was trapped. Then he saw an oak leaf drift by, and it gave him an idea. The boy fashioned a boat out of swamp grass and twigs and rescued the rabbit. The boy smiled, having helped make the rabbit's journey easier. The boy looked up. He noticed that the star had become even brighter. He followed the star, and as he did, the muddy ground grew drier, then grassy, then soft and sandy. Finally, he came to rest atop a dune. There below him was a beach and a boat. The boy looked out toward the horizon. The star glowed steadily, reminding him that he still had a long journey ahead, but it was his own journey, his very own wonderful journey. Let's go downstairs.
We love you and bless you and send you on your way. We love you and bless you today and every day. We're not lost, we're exploring. And the bird said to the boy, Ask yourself where it is you want to go, and then follow the signs you already know. You already know. Well, how do you find the signs when you're lost? Well, just about every survival guide we might consult tells us that
tells us what to do when we discover we may well be lost, when we don't seem to recognize our surroundings, and we don't know which way to turn, and we don't know which way to go. First, you stop. You stop and you stay calm. Oh, wait, there's something else. You stop, you stay calm, and admit that you are lost. See, if you don't stop and admit that you are lost, you'll keep going and risk getting more lost or worse. But it's hard to admit when we're lost. We are conditioned to think we're supposed to be in control, we're supposed to know what to do, we're supposed to know how to fix a situation or how to get out of a situation we're in, even if we're in unfamiliar territory, and especially if we're in places that we think we know or used to, or maybe didn't, or thought we did. A friend of mine tells a cautionary tale of getting lost in an area of the Everglades she grew up exploring, where she had done countless numbers of swamp walks, either as a companion to her many friends who are Everglades guides, or herself as a guide. She'd taken a friend out orchid hunting in a relatively untraveled section of the cypress swamp to better give her friend a more authentic Everglades experience away from noise and people traffic. And then, despite her own lifelong experience as a tracker and a guide, they got lost. Deep in the swamp, where assessing landmarks and even the angle of the sunlight can prove confusing, you know, those cypress trees all begin to look alike, and the canopy overhead blocks the sun. And her friend began to panic. Now, this friend of mine is a storyteller and a musician and a banjo player, and she tells this as a long swamp tale. And she has you right on the edge for all of it. But here's the short version. Yes, they were lost, and the sun would be going down pretty soon, and you do not want to be in the swamp after dark. But once she let go of her need to be the expert, she began to calm herself, and her uninitiated friend admitted that they were lost, and only then could she calm herself and likewise calm her friend, and in the midst of that calm, get her bearings. Let her intuition, let her instincts kick in, and her experience take hold. And sure enough, she regained her sense of location and led them back to the road just as dusk was falling. And as it turns out, they were really only a few hundred feet from where they'd left her van in the first place. But she couldn't find her way back to it until she stopped, admitted she was lost, got calm and clear enough to recover her inner compass. If we can't admit we're lost, we're very likely just to stay lost. So, once you admit you're lost, how do you go about finding your way? You begin with assessing your surroundings. This also comes out of the survival guides. You begin with assessing your surroundings for any imminent danger and your need for capacity to attend to any primal needs like water or shelter. If it looks like finding a way through or getting rescued might take longer than expected. And then if there is no imminent danger, you just hold still. If you have no compass, you do the best you can in the circumstance in your surroundings to locate the angle of the sun or the stars or the moon or familiar sights to get your bearings before proceeding. That's what you do if you find yourself lost in the woods or on the road or in the Everglades or any number of geographic locations. Now, what do you do if you're feeling lost in life? Well, it turns out that the survival guides for our spiritual selves are very much like the ones for our physical self. First, stop and admit First, you stop and admit you're lost. And get yourself calm. And assess any imminent danger or primal need. And once those things are accounted for, you hold still until you can get your bearings and find your inner compass. Or as the bird advised the boy, ask yourself where it is you want to know and then follow the signs you already know. The signs you already know. Okay, come on, preacher. What do you mean the signs we already know? Because if I already knew them, then I wouldn't be lost in the first place, now would I? Well, let me tell you. I firmly believe that the answers to our questions are already in the questions themselves. I believe that the solutions to our problems are already in the problems themselves. And the signs for where we want to go as individuals, as families, as communities, as congregations, as cultures, those signs we are to follow to a better way, a better life, a better world, better relationships, and better selves, they're already in us. But that doesn't mean we can always see them or feel them or fully know them until we can get calm and clear enough, just like my friend in the Everglades, to recover our inner compass and remember the way. Okay, so then what's this we're not lost, we're exploring thing? Because sometimes you really are lost. Sometimes we may feel lost and not be lost. Because sometimes determining whether we're lost or not has to do with external assessments of us and what we're doing. Other people's institutions, other people's opinions, or our own need, our own conditioning to measure up to expectations outside ourselves. Our own need, our own conditioning to measure up to expectations outside ourselves. So, a number of things can happen. Here's one of them. You've been through some stuff. You find yourself lost, and then you find your inner compass, which is usually the heart, by the way. You find your inner compass and you start to follow it, or start preparing to follow it. And well, don't you know there are people and institutions and societies who will say quite forcefully, no, you're lost. This is not the way. Though you know you are not. It's just that what you're doing and how you're doing it doesn't fit those other expectations, those limitations that stand in your way, or the way you used to do it, or the way it used to be, or the way the world used to function, or the way congregations used to live, or the way we used to do all these things that are supposed to feel so familiar, and now we're in a different world. We're in a changed world, and we are changed, and we're trying to find what still works. But see, you're not lost when you are exploring what it means to be yourself and live your most authentic, fulfilling, joyful, nourished, and nourishing life, to set yourself free to explore what it means to be you now. You're not lost, you're exploring. Or you're on a path. Maybe you're on a path that worked before, that was getting you where you wanted to go or thought you did, without a whole lot of trouble or tumult, and then the trouble came for reasons beyond you. It's out of your control. The path gives way. When I feel the path give way under me, I envision a Florida sinkhole. You're on your way, minding your own business, and it just drops out from under you. Or a crumbling mountain ledge. Or a rushing river that takes out the bridge that gets you where you need to go. And now you have to find another way over, another way around, another way through. And the same survival principles apply. Admit, this way doesn't work. You're lost through no fault of your own. Assess for imminent danger or primal need. Get calm and clear and get your bearings and reach for your inner compass to look for the signs to the path before you now. Now, this getting lost and unlost, it goes for organizations as well as individuals. It goes for clans and families and any group that's trying to transform itself and transform the world. There are plenty who will say that we are lost right now. Even here in our midst. As we continue to navigate liminal times, when the old ways are passing, but the new ways are not yet fully established, and we're in that liminal space in between. While we reach for our inner compass to recover our way. Which is to say, my beloved River of Grass Unitarian Universalist congregation of Davie, we're not lost. We're exploring this new world to get our bearings. So much has changed, and so much remains to change while we reach for our inner compass. As the bird told the boy, ask yourself where it is you want to go and follow the signs you already know. We'll be asking ourselves these questions. Where do we really want to go? And what are the signs we already know? We'll be asking these questions as we celebrate our 25th congregational anniversary this month. And like the boy in our story, we will look toward the horizon together, knowing that we may still have a long journey ahead. But it is our own journey. It is our own wonderful journey. As a congregation, as a people, as a movement, as Unitarian Universalists, to transform ourselves, transform our world, and bend the arc of the universe a little more toward justice in our time. And here's a reminder. Could I get a couple of folks to pass these around? Here's a little reminder for you that we are not lost. We are exploring. It's your little compass. Reach into your pocket, clip it on your backpack, put it in your car, someplace you're going to see it every day to remind yourself that the way before you, the way before us, we already know. The signs are already there to get us to where we really want to go. So what might they be, these answers that are already within the questions, these solutions that are already within the problems, this compass that is already within ourselves? Where do we find the signs to get us there? Where's our North Star? Well, we already know. And we affirm it at least 52 times a year here in this congregation. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service is its law. There's our North Star. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service is its law. So then what does that mean to our contemplations this month of February on what it means to be a people of belonging? The next part tells us that. This is our great covenant: to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service is its law. There's our star on the horizon. And how do we do that? In a community of belonging. This is our great covenant: to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. You know this by heart. So no, we're not lost. We're exploring. We will affirm this message as we sing, "There is more love somewhere." Please rise in body or in spirit as you are so moved. There is more love somewhere. There is more love somewhere. Scoop that in there. Scoop it in. There are many opportunities to live our love and live our faith in the coming days, the coming weeks, the coming month. We have a lot going on here in our way of belonging together. Please be seated as we explore what's happening in the coming days. Go to this one.
As the service was beginning, Kathy Jens Rauenkow was greeting two visitors, and she had a conversation with them, a very nice conversation. As the service began, she then sat down, and these two people turned to me and they said, "Is the person up front in black, is that your minister?" I said, "Yes." "Is she a woman?" And I said, "Yes." They picked up and left in a huff. No other further conversation. Amy, bless you for the person you are. And bless this congregation for accepting people of all people.
Thank you, David. So there are other ways to find out about what's happening in our congregation, in our congregational life. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to enter into my calendar Thursday morning, read the weekly email. It's going in at 9 a.m. and it's going to be recurring. Okay, I'll do that later. Today, in our small group for kids, they're exploring the differences between comforting love and liberating love. Our faith sees love as such an important value of our religion that we've made sure not only to lift it up by name, but also place it in the center of our newly proposed values. The women's group meets tonight, February 4th at 7 p.m. It will be a multi-platform meeting both in person and virtually. Our definition of women, is expansive and includes anyone who feels that they belong in this space, including those who identify as non-binary or ministers in black. The purpose of this group is to deepen our personal connections through shared discussions, listening to each other's experiences. For more information or the link, you can contact Kathy Jens Rauenkow, happy birthday, Kathy, early, at women's group at riverofgrassuu.org. General Assembly is an unforgettable experience for the thousands of Unitarian Universalists and partners that attend each June. General Assembly is the Unitarian Universalist Association's annual business meeting, but it's more than business. It's learning opportunities and collaborating opportunities. And you can also, I think it's only virtual this year, is that correct?
Only virtual.
Yes, okay. So that makes it very easy to attend.
Everybody can go.
Attendees leave with a renewed sense of energy, inspiration, and innovative ideas to take back to their congregations and communities. General Assembly will be entirely virtual, and it runs from June 20th through June 23rd. River of Grass has 3 delegate openings. The registration fee will be paid for. The board will appoint our delegates. Please email Kathy in the many ways you can email Kathy. In this case, it's president@riverofgrassuu.org if you're interested. The celebration of our 25th anniversary will include a dinner party, catered by a very good caterer, by the way, and an auction, hosted by a very good auctioneer, by the way. Saturday, February 17th at 6 p.m. See the weekly email which you've now put in your calendar and will be reminded of every Thursday morning for the link to register for bidding and purchasing tickets. Tickets to the party will include dinner, live music, dance music, more, and more are available. Tickets to the party, oh, I see. More tickets are available. Tickets, the auction is our largest fundraiser of the congregational year. In order to be successful, we need more donations, such as collectibles, jewelry, services, parties, art, etc. This may be an opportunity to re-gift some of those holiday gifts. You just have to remember who gave them to you. Please send your donation details, including description, photo, value, date of party, if offered. Awesome opportunity to kind of clean out your house and find all those things that you've forgotten about. Okay, so parents and those interested in all things faith development will be meeting downstairs right after service. And you're not going anywhere anytime soon, so you might as well attend that meeting.
Wanted to bring to your attention, we have a very, very exciting live auction, which will be for a 6-night photo safari in South Africa.
Woo! Whoa.
Yeah, it's really exciting. It's a great place. Bidding will start at $3,000, and that's for 2 people.
Wow.
So there's more information on their website, or see me.
Our charter members and founding parents, if you will, Ed and Christine Edelson, went on this safari. It was offered at their auction, and they had an absolutely wonderful time.
Wow. Go on that and come back with a whole year's worth of sermons. We extinguish this flame, but not the warmth of community, not the fire that burns within, and not the light that calls us on. As we depart this place back into the world from which we come and which we serve, we hold before us on the horizon a vision of the world transformed and dare to transform ourselves to make it so. Until we meet again, shine on.